Folks, another story by the forgotten Australian. DNA about the Claremont serial killer and a witness. The DNA about the Claremont serial killer in 98. Wrecked my lives talking to truckies about the Yorkshire Ripper songs and, thought I was the Yorkshire Ripper and thought my neighbour was the Yorkshire Ripper's wife. She might have been, her name was Simone. The Yorkshire Ripper's wife was Simone Sutcliffe. She looked a lot like her. She smashed my window. I got locked up in a mental institution in 98 after being DNA'd about a Claremont serial killer. I used to sing songs about the Claremont victims in my head to truckies, and everyone used to talk back to me. And I had a wagon with number plates wagon, and they called me Wagon Rod. Also I pulled in the Swanbourne toilets. Once there was a bad gay hangout, and a girl was standing at the door, and it looked like Clara Glennon or Kerry Turner. Geez, it really looked like Clara Glennon. It could have been even Sarah Spears, because I remember one night hearing fireworks that night, a similar night. I don't know, it was the same night, and Sarah Spears went missing on Australia Day, so it could have been Sarah Spears. I walked down the beach, where is she? She walked into the men's toilets, and I didn't follow her, and I walked down the beach and said, fucking girl walking into the men's toilets, I'm going to that. And I walked in there, and she was gone. She was up sitting in a car with a bloke, and I ran probably a two-door BMW or some kind of dark car, a BMW colour, I'm not sure what kind of car. And the same night I was walking around, and I walked down to the beach, in the Swanbourne beach. The waves were going bang, bang, crashing, and I talked in my head, because I was talking to truckies, and I talked a lot in my head, and I talked in my head and says, where are you, little girl, where are you, little girl? And a voice talked back to me, a mental voice talked back to me, come up to the sand dunes, mate. And, and I'm going, $50 blowjob in my head, and then the voice is saying, yeah, $50 blowjob, come up to the dunes. Like he might have gone for a walk with Sarah Spears and killed her and put her in the surf. And it's a very strong tide at Swanbourne Beach. And, the way she smiled at me, I live with it every day, and I live with it, and I've been fucked around by the government as well, mental illness. I'll get onto that later. So Swanbourne Beach was a sick hangout, lots of gay people going there, I'm sure, in the 1950s and the 1900s, there would have been young Aborigine, teenagers and even children running around the sand dunes, blowjobs for pennies, and it would have been a very sick hangout in the old days. It's all getting covered up in history of Australia. There was a lot of sickos down at Swanbourne, so, I shifted into the Battle Street flats in Mosman Park, and I walked to Swanbourne Beach. My girlfriend probably went up away for a while, and I walked to Swanbourne Beach. And a bloke walked in with a crater face and a big tall man with a moustache, Italian-like bloke. He tall, big build, and about the same build as the Claremont mayor. Similar build, probably wasn't him, but the Claremont mayor was renting the room out to a taxi man, and was that taxi man had a Datsun 260C later. So, this crater-based man had a Datsun 260C, and there's a missing girl, Kerry Turner, in 91 missing, last seen in the Datsun 260C, and I had a Datsun 260C, and I had to clear my name and take it over to Pits and make sure it wasn't coloured, painted, and I'm pretty sure it was a blue colour, or whatever colour it was, and it definitely might have had spoke wheels, and the police were on the news holding spoke wheels up, saying, the Kerry Turner was last seen in the car, and it had spoke wheels like this, You get the hubcaps or the real mags. I think it was the real mags. and that was a crater-based man, and the crater-based man wanked me off. I was very young, 15 years old or so, probably not walked from Osborne Park with my ex-girlfriends, probably WAG school one day, and it was probably when I met him, and he touched my ass slightly, and it felt so good being only a 15-year-old. It was my first experience in public toilets. I feel the sexual abuse in institution put me at Swanbourne Beach, and they should pay me out, and I blame my father all my life. Anyway, that's the two men, and the crater-faced man turned up with someone that looked like a Claremont serial killer, young boy, maybe the Claremont serial killer photo, I got the school photo. The other man, one of the boys down a bit, looked similar to what he might have been. It might have been a group of people. The Claremont serial killer had a bigger chin and looked different. But I don't know, when he was young, he might have could have been the Claremont serial killer or his schoolmate. And so the crater-faced man saw me and says, "Oh no, I only have sex with people once, and kill them." And then, no, I'm not going in there. And then the young bloke that looked like a Claremont serial killer said, come in. And the bloke said no, and he quickly turned into the other part of Swanbourne toilets, and I was in the single toilets there. And there's a Claremont serial killer, or this young boy, pushed his way into the toilet, and he turned me around, and he put it up my ass, and went, and he rammed it, and it went straight into my backbone and hurt. And I've said in my 72 pages that he raped me at Swanbourne Beach like the Karrakatta rape. And 6 months later, they found DNA in the knickers of the Karrakatta rape victim, and they connected the Karrakatta rape up with the Claremont DNA. And I said this 6 months before, my 72 pages later, about 2015 or so. And he gave it to me hard when I was very young, and he was young too, the Claremont killer, or this young boy with the crater-faced man, and the crater-faced man wanked me off with the tall Italian gent. That's 3 of them. When I was very young as well, I've told you that already. And then later on, I pulled up in my wagon on my Datsun 260C, and a taxi pulled up next to me. Maybe thought, oh, a Datsun 260C, I killed Kerry Turner and that. And he pulled up next to me. I might have been in my wagon or something, I'm not sure. And then I noticed it was a Claremont, the crater-faced man, and I followed him in the toilet. I thought he went into the end toilet. I walked into the end toilet, waited a while. I walked around to the main toilet with the main sunroom, looked around there, walked out to see if his taxi, the crater-faced man's taxi, was still parked next to my Datsun or my wagon or my HQ four-door sedan, one of them cars, and it was gone. He was gone like a rabbit, mate. He took off like a rabbit. And he got a taxi. We've had cases where a man's hiding in the boot of a taxi, and he's jumped out and tried to drag the girl. This is around Claremont, around Swanbourne. He tried to drag the girl in, and police suppress all this evidence. It's corruption. They didn't want to solve the Claremont serial killer. And so, this young boy could have been hiding in the boot and tried to grab a girl once, and Rick Arden and Liam Bartlett could have helped me. They know all this stuff. They know all the evidence, and they choose to help me. And the WA police don't want to interview me because I write about Carlo Gallagher's corrupt, and why don't you listen to me? And now I'm writing about Barnett and Mark McGowan. The police just want to keep ignoring me. Few shady characters at Swanbourne Beach in the past. I drove past Princey Butcher's once. I remember a car there where it was a Datsun 260 Sierra taxi, or it was just a sausage man hanging around the public toilets, and the sausage man truck was parked in North Perth there, Princey Butchers. Something used to ring a bell when I drive past there. Might have just been a sausage man truck. You know, I see people, young girls, in the butcher shop chained up and raped every night. I had visions like that. You know, the voices cause it, and I relive it every day. That's what the government do. They leave you poltergeist, leave you voices, don't transfer you, leave you scabies for 6 years. I've been through hell. Mental health system has totally wrecked my life. Psychiatrists have time to write all these notes about me and lock me up, and they wonder why I'm screaming on Facebook. I've lost a tow truck, 2 tow trucks. I've lost a $30,000 FJ Holden. I've lost a brand new car. John Hughes is in with the government. John Hughes went out and took my car. And you know, Roger Cook, you know all this. My neighbour's getting sick. She's hearing all these voices. And now she's got cancer. Roger Cook and Mark McGowan, John Quinkley, Peter Chinley owe Wendy an apology. They owe her $1 million. They should settle out of court and offer $150,000. She's got cancer now. She heard these voices. I was going through a letter that she written me, and she reckons Elm Street's are cunts. They've classed her as paranoia. And I got a letter from her around 2015, and she's got cancer now. John Hughes, I was using that, John Hughes car dealer, I was using that new ute to get a transfer to give Windy a break from all the voices. You caused cancer, John Hughes. Blocked. The bike is around me, John Hughes. Blocked. He blocked me after 40 to 50 emails. And you can't block someone when they're working on a case against him. And he didn't like that, and he blocked me. Why has John Hughes done it to a forgotten Australian? After John Hughes took my ute, I was caught scabies because I hated Aborigines and I wanted Asian girls, or Filipino or something. I don't like Australian girls. And I used scabies cream 20 times. I used bleach 50 times. I used neem oil. I used the other scabies cream 20 times. I mixed it with terps. I put terps all over my body. I put it on my hand 10 times. I've got arthritis in this thumb. I put it all under my arms, on my arms. And I got arthritis in the arms. I feel like, you know, after John Hughes took my ute, they were injecting me with paliperidone in the arm. And I told Mark McGowan, I can't lay bricks. I can't lay bricks. I can't lay bricks with this arm. So can you shoot me up in the right arm all the time? And they shot me up in the right arm all the time. And it's arthritis in that arm. This is after John Hughes took a forgotten Australian ute. I got no money. I got nothing. I got nothing left. I got no money to plead a case. NDSIS won't help me with photocopying. The National Redress Scheme won't help me with photocopying. I'm struggling on my own. I got a big stack of letters. Check them out on Rodney Elphinstone Facebook. I've been jumped on, injected, pissed myself. Cops have ripped the doors off and locked me up and not sorted out problems like scabies. A transfer away from his voices, a yelling truckie's wife and a truckie, the most powerful psych in the world that can make you bite your tongue, make you talk, make you yell, make you shake, make you possess me. A lady that stops me from pissing. I couldn't piss all day, and I went criminally insane. I spray painted things about children, and the R8U, will, you know, do things to children. And I was criminally insane, and I just wanted the voices to go away. And this is for YouTube, and if I could upload it to Facebook, I will. To get the whole story, you got to go on Facebook. You know, I do need a hand. I need someone really smart to help me. There could be a bit of money in it for you. If I get a good payout, there's a government house here for someone to take if it's a female. Because say we're in a relationship or something, and you get a government house and a brand new car out of it. You know, it's about psychoanalyzing. You know, I got 77 letters. Someone just replies from Triple C, but you know, I've probably got about 50 letters, and you got to psychoanalyse. I said this in this letter, said this in that letter. I said this in the historical case, sexual abuse letters, and the police didn't investigate it properly. Therefore, I'm entitled to the battery's going low, to a payout because they didn't pressure at it. They dragged me into historical sexual abuse. I lost my tow truck. If I'm not entitled to the sexual abuse payout, I'll sue your ass and all this shit. You know, DNA about a Claremont serial killer, millions. Historical sexual abuse is 6 million. 25 years of my life, Claremont serial killer. What Mark McGowan and Colin Barnett and Carly Gallagher, Lisa Harvey, Roger Cook, you know, everyone, Peter Tinley, John Quindy, Attorney General, just ignore 40, 50 emails. You know, I need a hand, but it's hard to find someone. I've been asking for a long time. I've got to be careful who I trust too. You know, I've got a lot of enemies out there, and it could be someone that's sneaking into my life and trying to wreck it, you know, and destroy all the letters or something, you know. I'm on to printing out all the emails, printing out all John Hughes emails. I'm on to him. I'm slowly organised all my house, check my Facebook videos out. There's a lot more to talk about. I might leave it at the battery's going flat. You know, the Buddha bashing, you know, he comes in people's mouth fast. He walked up to me, come into my mouth as soon as he put it in my mouth. And, you know, he probably done it to a person, and the Buddha got bashed. He was a Buddha monk. He had a school for poor people in the Buddha land, and, you know, he bashed him to death, and the police come in and cover it all up. You wishy-washy, you're not coming to the court as a witness. You wishy-washy. And it was Ferguson, Detective Ferguson. I read your letters about it, Claremont. You just got us here to read them. And the Buddha bashing as well. And Mr. Singh and Mr. Gill, taxi ride, pulled up next to blokes in a white car, and girls in the back going, and there's Muslim in the front sitting there, and 2 Muslim blokes lose their taxis for rape. That's not rape to me. That's fucking, I'm awake, I'm not drunk. You know, high up people like Lisa Harvey, crime and corruption boss John McKinkey, even maybe Carl, Mark McGowan, Roger Cook, the Attorney General, the Public of Prosecution. They all know about Mr. Singh and Mr. Gill, and they're innocent. I try to free them. I try to make them see. They don't care. They're going to get away with it. They're guilty. My evidence doesn't matter. Forensic tests. Rodney's wishy-washy. He's an unfit witness. All that crap's going to come out. You spend, you know, a good, you know, 2009 dear Carla Gallagher, to nearly 2029. It's what, 20 years of writing letters, and in Triple C write you a 1-page that are saying no, the matter's closed. 20 years down the drain, you know what I mean? I've got to learn how to beat the system. I mean, I can go to the Royal Commission and the police and say Triple C ain't listening. I can produce all these letters and make sure Triple C understand that this, that, go to pro bono, make sure all the things produced about the police and the Triple C boss. You know, imagine the Triple C boss getting charged with misconduct. This is big. I need help, and this is my first YouTube video. I hope it's not too long to post on video. Thank you. much. Check my pages out. Rodney Elphinstone Facebook, ELPHINSTONE, Queen Elphinstone, or just put in Rodney Claremont serial killer, or Rodney, my Claremont page, Claremont serial killer he wrote. Why John Hughes, that's another page. YRACWA, that's another page. Rodney Elphinstone, Rodney Elphinstone, Rod Elphinstone, double D, RODD Elphinstone. That's for all my letters. I'll be updating lots of letters there in the future. Rodney Allen Elphinstone, I just use that for bits and pieces. Slowly got my house together out of the lock ward. It's good to start getting back up. It's been a good 5-6 years of drug abuse and chain smoking. I nearly couldn't breathe. I nearly died. I'm slowly getting healthy again. They nearly killed me. You know, dear Kevin Rudd, 2009, the R8 you make me chain smoke. I bet all my demons 2009, and then, you know, it's been off and on, and then, you know, 2015 to 2023 I chain smoked again because Mark didn't help, and that's a lot of years of chain smoking. I bet my demons Mark didn't help me. It seems you can blame them all they want and they're going to get away with it, the bastards.